Hello, everyone. This is Maria from mariascraftingcorner.com. Welcome to another Paper Pumpkin Kit alternative. Super excited for today. Oh my God, Susie's telling me that she's been baking all day long and she's making cookies, pies, and English muffins. And I am so far away. That is so not fair. Sounds delicious. I bet your house smelled like heaven all day today, Sus. So that's amazing. I am sorry, guys, that I had to make the live 5 minutes later. I got really distracted cutting some pieces before the live, and when I realized I had not set up the system and the software and all that good stuff. So sometimes it happens, I guess. Nothing I can do. Please let me know if you guys can hear me. I just like to make sure nowadays, since sometimes this gets a little crazy. Hi, Anne. Welcome. I hope you're well. Hi, Ginger. Welcome. I hope you're doing well. And, oh, yes. Yes, Ginger. I am. Um, so kidneys all cleared up. I should hope, and they're not hurting. So just crossing my fingers, and my finger is doing much better. Thank you for asking. I I, I have to say very honestly, sometimes I really do not take good care of myself, and I'm just gonna chat for a little bit while we wait for some others to trickle in, since it's starting at an odd hour. We're going to give a couple more minutes. And so it was very, I have to say, it was very painful, but like I was saying, I just have had, like, not, how to say, like, it's like I take care of myself, but sometimes you, like, slide, right? Um, in the sense of not drinking enough water, which is dumb in my case, of course, or not eating really really well, but eating kind of like whatever's out there, not really planning. And don't get me wrong, I'm very very mindful of not buying anything that is not um I don't want to say healthy. I was going to say anything that's not healthy, but that's not true. But I am not that person that will buy cookies or that will buy chips or let's see what else, that would buy anything like that. We rarely ever have frozen foods in our house. Like, I want to say never, but never is not good. But like rarely ever do we have, I don't know, I'm thinking pizza rolls or that kind of stuff. We just don't have it. So I am very, very careful about that, just in general. To me, it's, oh, thank you. You're so kind, Sus. Sus is saying that's another reason to, to be near is for care. I know. Thank you. Um, so, I don't know, guys. Most of the food I buy is to make. Hi Tara, how are you? Hi Mary. Oh, I'm so glad you're here, Mary. I have to say this way. When our kids were older, right, and they were able to make their own food, I rarely ever got any of that more junker food, because my thought is, if you're hungry, we're going to make food, right? And I get it. It's very nice to be able to have something, I don't know, taquitos or pizza rolls or that kind of stuff, throw it in the oven, and then you have something ready, right? But that is not how I was raised, and so my thought, it was always, we'll cook food, right? And that had been like a signature in our house. So I am not saying, that there's not bread, and sometimes you go and can make yourself a sandwich or so forth, but we try very hard about getting food that you have to cook. um, but yeah, sometimes I just don't think I eat as well as I should, and so I don't know. Maybe that's what is affecting my finger. I don't know, guys. The good news is it's moving. Very good. I can hear cracking. It's so funny. And it's not hurting and it's no longer swelling. So swollen. Like it was pretty much, I don't know, but probably like an 18th of an inch bigger. And so it's not swollen that much. It's only swollen up here. And so, bottom line, I'm very thankful that it's slowly improving. So, fingers crossed. Okay, it's 5:09. I've talked for a little bit, guys. I am gonna keep going now. Remember that you have until April 10th to subscribe to Paper Pumpkin Kit, guys. I always recommend it, not because you can make so many fun alternatives, but the projects themselves are always very beautiful. This is what's coming in the next Paper Pumpkin Kit, so the one that will be received mid-April. It is called Delicate Wings. I showed you guys how cool the dies are. Hi Judy, how are you? I usually don't get the dies for the Paper Pumpkin Kits or the add-ons, but I did because I don't have any butterflies from Stampin' Up or any dies from Stampin' Up, and these are super, super cool. So I just hope that you guys think about it and subscribe. If you need or if you want more information, please send me an email to Maria and mariascraftingcorner.com so I can send you information or the link to subscribe with me if that's what you're wanting. Now, I am going to say, guys, if you are so kind to share and give it a thumbs up, I'm going to say that up front and probably towards the end. If you guys share, it just helps me so much here in YouTube, and I still want to grow. It's a slow process, and I am okay with it being slow, but I just really want to grow. So hopefully you guys give me a thumbs up and share it on Facebook or in whatever other social media you're able to share with. Let me remove this and let's get to, let me show you one thing because I want to show you. So we're going to be doing it's a very nice alternative. I don't know if it's an alternative. How is it called? Well, yeah, a variation. That's the word I was looking for. A nice variation for the regular bendy card. I made one a while ago for a Paper Pumpkin Kit too. And this is the pin I saw. You guys know that I have said this a lot. I do look on Pinterest every so often, and I found this, and I'm like, this is awesome. I'm even going to show you here how my pin works. So I was hoping that it was going to be like, I don't know, any other suggestion for another place so I could like take a look from the top or something like that. I did not. That's all I got. But this is not a complicated card, right? The bendy card is the base of it, and what it has is like some wings. Let's go to the crafting table here. What it has is some extra wings in the towards the edges. So very simple to make. I made two options because I figured, we would probably want to see them in different positions. So the one we're going to be doing today is this one. So it's going to look like this, right? And you guys know that bendy cards fold flat, and these ones will go in the back, and it will fit in a regular envelope, right? So I have the measurements for that, and that's the one we're going to be making today. But I also made it in the measurements for, I guess this would be the 4.25, 4.25 inch by 5.5 inch. Hi, Anita. So it's going to be, so you, in case you just want or have a different layout or something in mind and this is just not going to make it, then you can make it in here. Okay, so you could do either. We're going to do this one just because that I started with that, and then I thought, oh, I can make this differently, but I didn't pursue that, so we're good. Um, and again, I'm very excited because I think it's going to be super, super cute. So we need a piece of black cardstock that I swear to God I caught somewhere. Oh my God, for real? Anyways, I'm telling you guys, these, I don't know what I did with it. That is so weird. Uh-oh, this is moving. Hey, Carmen, how are you? Welcome. Okay. Oh, from New York, Carmen. Carmen, did you feel today's earthquake? I hope you guys are okay if you are in the area. I did a mistake of using that tape that doesn't really tape, and I can't do it if my if my paper is moving. I really, really get upset. Where could I possibly put that piece of cardstock? This is so funny. Okay, I'm just aligning these a little bit and bringing these to put in there. So we're gonna cut it, guys. Not a big day. Hey, Kiwi, how are you? Welcome. Okay, so we need a piece of 4 1/4 by 7 1/2, and probably I would have not chosen this piece, but since it's lost, I really sometimes, guys, kind of like really freaks me out when I have something right here and it's gone. Oh my God, Carmen, that must have been scary. So 7 1/2 by 4 1/4. Okay, simple cut. This is the piece we need. Hello, Renee. And we are just going to do 3 score lines, guys. We're going to score at 1. We are going to score at, I have him somewhere. Sorry, guys. At 3 3/4. And we are going to score finally at 6 1/2. Okay, there it is. Okay, so all we're creating are those flaps that we were talking about. Let me move this out of the way. And this is going to, we are going to bring our bone folder and fold mountain, the first flap, give it a good crease, and then we're going to fold valley, the second flap, give it again, good crease there, and finally mountain again for the last of the score lines. So this is what you get. Very, again, simple. There's not much to this. Oh, looks like the Wonder Woman kind of, if it had more of a flap. I don't know why. That's what came to my mind. Okay, so this is it. Now, just a quick reminder, guys, all those measurements will be down below. So don't worry about it. Just let me know if you have any doubts or concerns, right? Same as always. I would suggest that if you have a question, just put the word question in the front so I know that you have a question or a cue or something like that, so I can like pay attention to that. But yeah, other than that, let's get going. So we're going to need 2 pieces of, this is white cardstock, and these measure, again, I have them all here, guys, so sorry. It's 2 5/8 by 4 1/8, and then we'll make another layer for that, and then we have 2 pieces for these outside flaps that measure 7/8 by 4 1 and 4 1/8. So I'm going to move this out of the way just to mention something, and that is in this card I'm going to decorate the back. Or no, let me rephrase this. I may decorate the back. It kind of, we're gonna work it together because I don't know if you remember the picture. Let me bring that back in here for a second. So you guys see these. Let me move here. This area. So this card is gorgeous, right? I really like it. So if you see this area here, this is like an add-on for the card, right? Like And what I was thinking is, it doesn't show there, and I try to look, but it doesn't show. But what I was thinking is, this is really cool. Um, if we make kind of a little book. So, bottom line, and let me come back to the crafting table. So, bottom line, you can do two things. You can put something in the back and write in there and just leave the decorations itself, or we can make a little kind of book in here, an opening area where you can actually um, get a note, right? Oh, that's a really great idea, Sus. Really, really great idea. Thank you. And Sus is saying that it looks like a fireplace. So again, you have many good options with this card. Let's start cutting a little bit. So my thought process was, we're going to bring this gorgeous paper, and this is what we're going to put in here. So this is going to be what's the top layers, right? And I have not completely decided if I want this one, which is a little bit busier, or this one that is kind of more relaxing scene. Um, I think I'm going to go with this part of the card. And so we need for this two pieces that measure two 2.5 by 4, and I'm pretty sure this is already cut at 4, so we're going to cut here at 2.5, and we're going to cut in here at 2.5. So we have all those two pieces. Okay, and I put that away, and let's go ahead and bring the next little piece that I didn't lose, guys. Yay, I didn't lose it. Good news. I have here a piece, and this piece measures 1 1/4 by 6.5, and we're going to score it at 1/2 inch. So I'm going to use, let me move this in here, sorry guys. I'm going to use my the right side of my trimmer. I think is the easiest to use when you have a smaller piece. And now I'm going to turn it around, and I am going to use again the right side of the trimmer and align a 1/2 inch. Okay, now you can also just move further all the way to 6. It will be the same thing, right? And score at 6. So whatever works for you best. And we are just creating a little piece that is 5.5. Okay, and now I have a white piece here, and this measures 1 1/8 by 5 3/8, and this is what's going to go between those two score lines. Okay, so let's get here. Oh, nope, just kidding. Let's bring these for a second, and we're going to do this, and you're going to see a little bit how I build my scenes or my cards when I'm working on my own, because I think that is really useful. So I have my whites right in here, and then I have my little scene. Ahead of time, I cut 2 of the envelopes and got these. So I like the fact that this is more of a I like that the envelopes are, what's the word, are less busy, right? They don't have like a deep pattern, and so it helps to make decorations. So this is what we're gonna have. And now these is gonna come in here, give or take, right? So my first thought was, how cool would it be to bring one of these flowers in here, right? And then actually I thought maybe with the black, I don't know. I was not sure what I wanted. But then I fussy cut them. You guys know it's not my strength, right? I fussy cut them and put it in there, and I was like, you know what? It doesn't look as good as I thought. Like my thought process was, this is going to look super good if you have these like this, right? And so you'll have the flowers in the front, like closer to you, and then like the seam in the back, and I thought, oh, that looks good. And if you lift it up like the bendy card will look, right? The bendy card will be like kind of like this a little bit. Then it looks a little bit better. But then I thought, okay, so I can have just my piece in here. Hello, Deborah. How are you? And just add another piece of these of the envelope, which I also thought I caught, but lo and behold, I can't find it. Sometimes, I swear to God, guys, I really think that, okay, I have a piece in here. Will this fit? Let's see if this will work. So this is the leftover of that envelope I have, and we need 5. Okay, this is not going to work. Fine, we'll have to bring another one. Thank you for those kind words, Deborah. That's very kind of you. Oh, let me see one thing. And I'm just checking into the pieces that I have already cut to see if I don't have to cut something again, right? Like hoping maybe we can use this one. It's not thick enough. Okay, fine. I am going to cut it because I have to cut it. What can we do? Okay, I'm going to bring... Hey, Nikki, how are you? I'm so glad you're here. Okay, I'm going to bring now my other envelope, right? And we're going to open it. And what we need is a piece that measures... Let's see... 1 by 5 1/4. So let's turn this around. We're just taking off the corners, not the corners, the edges of the envelope, so we have access to the beautiful paper in it. So let's see. I am just cutting here where that fold was, and let's see. We said 1, right? So let's cut 1 inch off here, and then we're going to cut this at 5 1/4. So we have the possible options today, and you just guys let me know what you prefer. So one of them would be putting these in here like that, right? And so these would be like that. So we are going to be not having like the same idea. Actually, we could have a third option. One would be just doing the flowers like that I fussy cut. So this would be the bendy band without anything else. And finally, we can totally, cut a piece from here and put, that's me, so you guys get a kind of a look of what I'm thinking, and have just the flowers framed or layered on top of this. So what do you guys think would work best? And while you guys think, I'm going to start adding layers to the areas that I know I can add layers. So one of them is the flaps. I can add layers to that, no problem. I cannot add the layers. I can add these layers, but I cannot glue anything just yet until we add whatever it is that we're going to add. Either the fussy cut area or just a regular band. I want to call it belly band, but it's not a belly band. But it sure looks like one, huh? Okay, so I have my first one, and I'm going to leave that for 1 second. I'm going to bring the other one. And I am just going to say, guys, do remember, I have so much struggles trying not to move the pieces with the glue. So I've told you guys, definitely being or have been doing or using the Stampin' Seal Plus got me used to. I can just move everything and that's it. So let's cut this piece so we can actually see it. So Adrian is saying she's liking the third option. So we need here, we said 5 1/4. So I'm just going to cut this. And I intentionally cut this like here. So we have this 3 flowers and no flowers cut like in here. And we said this was 1 inch. So I'm just going to cut this at 1 inch. Okay. So it looks like the third is the winner. Fine, guys. Now let's go ahead and add these 2 pieces so they're not in our way. And I want to remind you guys that if you would like, this would be a great card also just made with the even the regular meandering meadows. So don't get stuck here and using only what's in the paper pumpkin kit, right? Like, definitely this is one of my favorite things. Okay, here comes the second decision we're going to have to make, and I'm going to add this first. And then we'll talk about that second decision that we're going to have to make. Okay. And we have to fold these. We had already scored it, but we had not folded. So I'm folding both of them mountain and bringing my bone folder to crease. Okay, there we go. Right, so this goes in here. This needs to go inside. So we need to add this last. First, not last. Sorry, guys. Sometimes I get confused. The second option, and it's what I was talking to you about, and this would be just an example of what I mean, right? So what I am thinking is, okay, we're bringing back everything, guys. So you guys have an idea. Again, this is how I build my cards. I don't know how you build your cards, but I feel that I need, kind of like good options, a good visual aid. So my thought is, in here, I can totally glue, and this is a completely random piece that I scored in half, right? And add this like here. So you have, again, like a little opening book instead of doing the back, filling out the back. Does that make sense? If that makes sense, let me know what you think would be best. So instead of, let me bring this example. So this is the front, or would be the front. This is the back, right? So instead of putting your sentiment or your information, or what you want to write in your card in the back, you could put it in the front with a little, and I keep calling it a book, but it's not a book. And the book will be glued to this. There's no need for anything else. We just glue it in here. What do you guys think? I had even cut a piece of 3x4 that could score at 2. So this would be the actual size that I would be using. And as you guys can tell, I even had my information there. So this is 3x4. We're going to score that on the 4th side at 2. And so this would be the back, but just in case, I'm going to, oh, here it is. Sorry, guys. I'm going to erase all that. This would be in the back, but this is what I mean. So you'll have a little, kind of like a little mini album, not mini album. I don't want to call it mini album, but something in here where you will be able to open this way or open this way. It doesn't matter. Maybe on this side, actually. Open in this way like this, and, have your sentiment in here. What do you guys think? And I'll give you guys a couple of minutes because I know there's a delay. And I've noticed that, or maybe I'm exaggerating, but sometimes I notice that my delay is like longer. Maybe it's not true, but that's how I feel. While you guys figure that out, I'm going to add again layers. Or while you guys tell me what you think you will prefer, I'm going to add the layers to our band, belly band. Again, not belly, but fine. And this one is not very well centered. I don't know if you could see that. That's a little bit better. And now I'm going to bring these two and add these two layers to each other. Okay. And I'm going to add these. I don't see anything. I know that there's a delay, but there's no comments. So you guys are going to make me choose for real? I think you guys know what I would choose. Okay, and I'm going to bring this one, just making sure it's in the right position. And we're going to add this real quick. Yes. So I'm not sure, Adrian. She says, what if I add the right pocket on the right side, a pocket, and put a piece of white cardstock with a small tab to pull it out? That's a possibility. And Suze is saying you could add DSP to the front. Yes, and that would totally be part of my my idea. So again, we have, actually I can glue this now, and to add these, you guys know I'm going to come back to my tan tape all the time. I'd never hesitate on using my tan tape. And I'm not sure I'm gathering very well what you're asking or suggesting, Adrian, but it's probably a good idea. I'm just not visualizing it. I have to say, maybe because I'm Spanish speaking, sometimes I feel that I don't see things that I don't understand things as well sometimes. I don't know if that makes sense. When they are written like that, I have to like really read it, really pay attention to it. So I'm going to glue this, guys. I am actually going to fold this there, which I rarely ever do. I like it extended, but I really need to adhere these to the edge, and in order to be able to see that edge well, I definitely need to make it to see. I am putting these a little bit above the edge, the bottom edge, and that's way so we can see a little bit of this DSP through. So that's our first step. Now I'm going to open these up, and I'm going to bring my first layer in here, so it's just easier. Yeah, I think I have an idea of what you're trying to, like, not trying, what you're saying. I am the one that is not fully understanding. I think I will have to like sit and analyze it. Okay, so this is our first layer, and then we're going to adhere this layer. Now, in order to do that, we need to adhere this, and this is again what's going to make that bendy card, right? I'm going to move this a tiny bit. But as you guys can imagine, this one is going to be a little hard to put in. And that is fine. We can do it, guys. We can totally do it. It's doing the wrong thing. So we need these inside. And the other bendy card I did a while ago, again, it was another paper pumpkin kit. I did it a little bit differently. In the sense of I think I left, and maybe not saying the truth, but I think I left actually the flap, like the flap outside, and so it's much easier. But it's not good when you have it this way. So all I'm doing, guys, is extending this, and all I have to do is really adhere this in here, right? And then boom, you have your bendy card. Okay, mostly. There we go. You know what? I'm going to do something first. Let's use this. No, there's the bone folder. I'm going to use my bone folder a little bit. And I should have done this earlier. But to give this a little bit of a curvature, kind of like that. So it's a little bit more flexible. And now we have that. We adhere, and that makes it a little bit easier. So I think, this is not straight. This is not straight. Okay. Sorry, guys. I was not paying attention and did not see this. Forgot that I didn't align it to the bottom, but it was a little bit on the higher end. So there we go. My panel just fell. Okay. So we have our bendy card. Very simple. Again, this is the panel that's going to be a little bit more complicated to put in, but since we're using glue, that is always much easier. Okay, so I'm going to bring this in here. I'm going to go all the way, make sure it still kind of have the same 1/8 of an inch all around in all the borders. But again, we're using glue, so that makes it very much simpler. And guys, that's your card, really, right? Like whatever extras, this is not glued well. Okay. Whatever extra we can put, so this goes like that. Can you see that it's not glued well in here? So I have to glue. I have to learn how to glue better. Maybe giving it a good rubbing there will do, hopefully. But this is your card, right? So in the end, you have those little flaps. Can you make these little flaps bigger? Yes, you can totally make this, I don't know, I wouldn't say too much bigger, but you can make them 2 inches, right? That'll be about this, and it will work just the same. Okay, so I kind of fold this, and now it's driving me insane. You guys know me when things like that happen. But I'm going to bring a little bit of glue here to the edge. I'm going to hold this so it stays there for 1 second. So Sus is saying is, Adrian, did you mean add a hidden pocket affixed to the back panel where you could tuck a small white insert sentiment and like pull up? I don't know if that's what you're meaning, but just in case, I'm going to keep going because that way we're not too late. Okay, so here's the little booklet. It's in white. We can totally get this in black and then layer it right with white if we want to keep kind of like the same, yeah, let's try that. The same, sorry guys, 5/3. I'm just making sure this piece works to get like the continuity with what we've been doing. So I'm going to cut this at 4, and we're going to cut this extra piece here at 3, and we're going to score at 2, and we're going to score this at 2. So this is what I'm going to say, Adrian. You're going to have to make what you're saying and show me. Send me a card. Just saying. And since this is more or less the same, right, I'm going to cut this piece at 1/8 of an inch in here. So on one side. And I'm going to cut it in the middle. So now I can work with a panel. This panel needs to be 1 7/8. And there it is. By this would be what, 2 7/8, I would think. Yep, 2 7/8. It's not well cut there at 7/8, so I'm just gonna go and cut that little extra. And this is going to be one of our panels or layers, and we're going to do the same thing. So we're going to get that 1 to 1 7/8. Yes, make a card for me, Adrian, and then I'll be like, oh, that's what she meant. I'm pretty sure. But that'll be great. I love the cards. By the way, I have all the cards ready for my for to send for the paper hoarders. I just have to send them. So, you know, it's always the same. So here's what I was thinking. I'm going to leave these like that in white. Actually, yeah. Let me go back in here to what stamps we have. And we'll go from there. And actually, let me bring the other stamp set to see if I have what I need. And I do have what I need here. So in the stamp set that we got for free this month, there is dots, guys. Dots. We know how much I like my dots. So this is my thought process. I'm going to put this in here all together. We're going to put some green dots in the white paper. And we are going to bring one of these pieces. Maybe this one. If it comes out. Maybe it comes out better that way. Haha. And we're going to put it in here in the dotted paper. And this will have no problem opening, right? So that's a cute idea. That way we use these in here, because anywhere else will be too big. Or we can use the other tree. I have another tree somewhere. I just don't know where it's at. I think I like the tree better. I can see now that I'm going to get stuck, not stuck, but that I won't be using this as much as I thought. Since both of them are going to be yellow green no matter what, I'm going to color them and then we'll go from there. Let's see. Here's my garden green, and I forget to mention every so often, guys, that I use only what's in the kit, with the exception of my tools, meaning the trimmer and glue instead of the glue dots that come in the kit. And I use, like my take your pick and that kind of stuff, scissors if I need them. But product wise, only what's in the kit, with the exception of white and black cardstock. So I'm just going to I'm going to fill this out. And since this is cut and now I don't need this, here's where I wrote those 3x4. And so I'm going to turn it around, and actually I'm going to use this one for the front. There we go. And I'm going to just put all dots around here. And I'm going to bury the tone of it. I'm going to even like risk it and put some like really, really lighter ones. So we are playing here with color a little bit, right? And I really always like, let me move this, dots in a vertical position. And I really like this. And I don't know if this is only me, but I think that they've developed these dots in a way that you can pretty much fit them anywhere when you're making kind of backgrounds like this. And I really like that idea too. And I put something really, really light here in the middle. It won't be anything anyways very noticeable. And so I'm going to bring some darker there, and then some like that. And one last one here. And like that. So just dots. Again, this one comes in the set that was a gift for us, and I will not be using that set because that set requires definitely other colors to play with, right? I don't know if you guys remember that set. It's gorgeous, but it is a double stamp, and so I would need at least 2 different colors in flowers in green. Well, not sure how to tell you, but this is not gorgeous. So I'm going to move this out of the way here, and I'm going to bring my dauber, and this is just again tools. This one is kind of struggling there. I don't know if you guys saw that. And we're going to do the same thing we did last time. We're going to color this. I have to say, although I like this very much, although I like the metal, the wooden pieces very much, I don't totally prefer them in the wood color. It just stands out too much to me to, with the color combination for the kit. Maybe I'm being too OCD, and of course I am, but I just think of that. Now, like I said last time, I'm gonna bring my early espresso, guys, and I'm gonna bring whoops, another dauber. I'm using early espresso because the paper pumpkin kit from last month had early espresso on it, and I'm just going to bring in really darken the tree. I think the tree cannot go all green. Like I did last time, and if you did not watch that, I'm just adding some of these early espresso in some areas just to create some kind of like deepening some of those colors, right? And it's just not the green. So I'm going to remove this out of the way, and that's done. And now we're going to also color this one. Might as well. We're most likely going to need it colored, right? And I'm going to bring, I don't know which one is, do you guys know if this has a side? I don't know if it has a side. Well, not sure. But I'm going to bring my dauber again, and we're just going to go and really deepen this one in green. It's not like the tree. And it could be less green if you want it, right? I just got really excited there. So we could use whichever. I have not heard anybody what we prefer. I am thinking I prefer the tree. I know I'm pretty, well, let's do this. Let's adhere this first and try to discover what we like the best. And I am using these for one reason, because these will totally be different from the rest than using another piece. Let's say I would be using these. They'll just, okay, like this. It would just be too much, I fear. Does that make sense? Okay, Arlene, thank you. But you see what I'm saying? Like if we do this, it will be too busy. Let me bring a bigger piece. Maybe that'll be clearer. Like if we bring these in here, it just feels like it'll be too busy. What do you guys think? And then we won't be able to use a tree because it's just going to kind of get sucked by the background. Now that I'm seeing it this way, I feel like we probably could have just used this, but oh well. Let's see how we do. So we have the tree, and I think I like the tree better. And I think that this looks cute as it is, but I am second guessing now, guys. Let me cut, and well, let's do this. I'm going to work on the inside panel. Here's my stamp set, which I was looking for. Of course, have a beautiful birthday is a perfect sentiment. And we are going to use that one partially because I think it's going to fit. It probably, yeah, it does fit straight, but I'm going to put it a little, well, I'm not going to put it straight. I'm going to ink that, and I always try my polymer stamp sets when I try it when I'm using it for the first time, sorry. So I'm going to bring this in here, and we're going to, okay. So we have a beautiful birthday, and I like that. So I'm going to bring this one here, and that looks pretty cute in there. And I thought of something else, but too late, Maria. plate. Okay, and I'm going to bring another piece of white that measures that, we said 3 7/8 by 1 7/8. And where is the other piece? I have another piece of this. And I'm going to bring a piece of this one. That will be 1 1/4. Okay, maybe that will be 1 1/4, 1 1/4 by 2 1/4. And we are going to adhere this, and this is going to be on the other side of the of the little book. If I had, for example, if the kid brought something else, I'm gonna put that out of the way because I'm just waiting for make a mess. If I had like, or allow myself to use, let's say, another color, I would totally stamp the flower in here in, let's say, maybe gorgeous grape, and then you'll have the flower there, and it will just look really, really cute. Okay, let me show you. You'll probably have a good idea of what I'm meaning, right? Like that would look really, really cute there in a popping color like gorgeous grape or Highland heather, maybe berry burst, like something like that will look really cute in here with just the flower. The truth is, I try not to do that, so I'm not going to do it, but I'm just giving you ideas of extra things that you can do at home with your own kit, that if you have other products from Stampin' Up. So here's our, I just messed it up. As you see, let me see if, that is so not cool, Maria. I see that. Okay, I'm going to try to undo this. I don't know where I messed it with. Okay. Not ideal, guys. That's not ideal. I should have not been that rough there. But I'm going to leave it like that, and we'll try to figure out how to fix it. I'm going to bring another piece of, I'm going to cut it to the side, guys, so I don't have to go back and forth. And we said it was 1 3, 1 7/8 by 3 by 2 7/8, not 3. Okay. And so now we have the opportunity. Do we want this in here with this and the tree? Or maybe actually, oh my gosh. So the kit brings 2 card bases. One of the card bases has barely nothing, so we can put this one like this corner and the tree on top. Let's try that. Okay, I'm trying not to make a bigger mess. So this would measure 1 3/4. I'll just go in there. Okay, and we're going to cut these on this side at 2 3/4. Okay, I'm going to cut these at 3 because I want a little bit more of that sky. And so this will be here, and I'm going to cut that. Okay. So the tree here will pop up more, right? It'll have more of a background where it will look better. So let's go ahead and add these pieces. And we'll bring our poor little thingy here. And thankfully, I think that we can move the tree up enough that it will be barely visible. And it's black, so again, that helps us a little bit there. But there we go. Ah! Okay, Maria, for real. Guys, I swear I know how to stamp. Maybe that's better, right? Why am I trying to do something that I don't do ever? So funny, Maria. And now we'll bring the tree, and that's what I was saying. See, we can put this a little bit there, and that will be barely noticeable. We just got saved by the bell because we're using these. And I'm going to use my glue in here. I was thinking probably using another type of adhesive is better, but oh well. I'm going to hold this for 1 second. Guys, we need to use this. I have 6 of them, and I have not used one. And so we have the little note added in here, and I am going to align it with the band, because initially I was thinking it could go higher, but no, I think it needs to be aligned. And we'll add glue, and I want to think, remember this is 1.25 inches, so I'm just going to look about what looks to me about 1 inch, but I'm going to put enough glue in there, right? Because I really need this to stay. And actually I should have brought my tear tape. I'm not sure what I was thinking. And I'm going to line this with my band in there. And I'm going to hold this for 1 second. In the meantime, hey Amanda, how are you? I'm glad you are here. Good morning to you. Okay, so it's a beautiful card. It's very simple. You have a scene in the back. You have the belly band. It's not a belly band. We have the little wings, and you can still put some in here. We have the sentiment here, and I like that very much. And you can even write in here because of how light that is. You can totally decorate this, and we have like 3 minutes, so it's about 1 hour. So I am thinking that we can do this real quick. This is, I have here ready my stuff for my coloring class, guys, and I have it all there. So that's part of what makes it messier. I think this one will fit. And just so you guys know, whoops, I have all my little pieces of white cardstock in one spot. So I can, whenever I need just little pieces, sorry guys, paper was falling around. I just can go and try to grab them instead of using full pieces all the time. So I need 2 pieces of 4 1/4. Oh, that was wishful thinking. This is not working. This is not going to work. It's a good try though. Okay, let me bring a bigger piece, I guess. So we need a piece that measures 4 1/4, and I'm going to go here 4 1/4, and I am actually using this. I'm glad I'm doing this. Let me remove this piece back in there. So when you have to cut pieces, and you have a big piece of cardstock that we would use in our irregularly for making cards, so 4 1/4, 4 1/4. What I try to do is I keep that in mind so it works in the end. And so I am aligning these here at 4 1/8, and I'm going to cut it all the way, okay? And then I am going to go back in here. We're going to go to 2 5/8. That's the first one. And then 2 5/8. That would be the second one. Oh, I am so very sorry. So Amanda's saying that she's not been feeling great. That it's really annoying. Hey Nancy, how are you? Welcome. Okay, so let's see. I'm going to bring this one that is already chopped, right? And I'm hoping this fits. Haha, it fits. So we need this to be 2 1/2. And I think in this case, no, I'm going to go this way, sorry. I'm going to cut that up. This one is going to go in here. And I'm going to put this one on the other side. Maybe. Oh, I'll show you here in a second. Tara is asking how how would I send that? And these Bendy cards are very simple, Tara, because and this is not working, because why would it work? Come on, guys. Let me finish this and I'll show you, Tara. They fold flat, bottom line. But I want to show you because I don't know. I am a visual person, so explaining always to me seems to be visual, and that's what was happening, Adrian. I'm like so visual, and so I'm going to bring this one in here, and then one last in white that you can totally where you can totally write your message, right? So I think that even if you make the little book in the front, it's worth to have a white in the back so you can write. And I did this incorrectly. I'm glad it's just one. Swear to God, guys. Okay. I glue this backwards. Haha. Yes, Nancy. Good. Nancy's saying that she made it through the week, and that's always progress, and I completely agree, Miss Nancy. That's always progress. Okay, I made that right now. So I'm going to hold that for a second since I open or tear it back. Tear it sounds pretty dramatic, huh? Okay. So, Tara, these folds, the flaps will go in the back, and then it just folds flat. It's one of my favorite cards because you can make so many with it. So many things with it. I'm just looking for an envelope. And tip. So, you just go and fold because it folds flat. See? Well, mostly because of course I had to put extra stuff, but there it goes. So it will fold in there. Oh my God. That is so funny, Kiwi. Oh, Adrian is saying that she's also, yeah, I definitely need to see things. That is a thing. So this is the card we've got. Very simple. And it looks really cute. Now, can you make more things? I don't know if you guys remember the initial inspiration, but she had something here. So I don't know if she just glue it, like a sentiment, like not this, but like a sentiment in here. You can do many other things with this one. I think that the other one I did, it was very different, and I actually had like the flowers popping up from here. So you have many options with this card. And again, it's one of those cards that's totally worth it. And I love worth to make because it's simple. Sorry guys, if you don't put a lot of stuff in it, it's really easy to mass produce even. And it's also great for scraps, right? Because you just need pieces. So very, very simple. Kiwi is saying that it will probably require extra postage, and I agree because of the tree. The tree may make it an issue because it's thicker, right? Those trees are what? This is about what? 1/8 of an inch, I want to say. I think it's about 1/8 of an inch thick. And so I think the postage is what? 1/4 of an inch. So yeah, but if you don't put the tree, then the card itself will not be too thick. And actually, like here's the other measurement, like I showed you earlier. So I also made it on, vertical. And if you see this, will totally fit. Very, very simple. Let me see. See what I'm saying? This will fit perfectly okay in there. Of course, this has nothing, but like if you just add the layers, this would not be too bad. That one will probably pay something extra because of the tree. Oh my God. Tara's talking about the new Journey suite, and that is gorgeous. Um, so let's see. Kiwi is saying, let's see if it fits. It does fit. Oh my God, is that what it is? Kiwi, you are brilliant. I have never thought of that. I know it's a fourth of an inch, but I never thought of using these as my as my male help. That is awesome. Thank you, Kiwi. That's brilliant. Nancy's saying that in Canada prices are going up. Yes, I want to say something that is not ideal. Um, I don't send a lot of cards. The ones I send, I know I make thick cards, and sometimes like some of the cards I use, right, or I send them as thank you notes for customers and such, and so, or when I'm sending catalogs, for example, so it will totally like it will be in a package already, so that it kind of does not affect me. Got you. So Kiwi is saying get the card in the envelope and run it through the thingy. Coming. So it I think a part of me is, I am willing to pay a little bit extra, but that is not all of us, and so you have to really be mindful for those things. Now this is never going to fit through here. Look. Yep. So this side will fit, was what I was telling you. It's the tree would not let it go through. So just be mindful that those pieces are thick. And obviously, if you do the cards just as the kit suggests, right, you definitely have, guys, I have something in there is driving me insane. You definitely have, you don't have a problem because they've already thought of that. I'm pretty sure that they make the cards thick enough that they will send through in a regular card. Just saying. Oh, so okay, guys. So this is the card. I hope you like it. Very simple, very cute. But there you go. There's your fun card for today in a cute fun fold that will stand. And if you see it this way, it really looks cute. Yeah. So Kiwi's saying that she's not going anywhere this weekend because people are getting over there to Texas due to the eclipse. I have not even paid attention to the eclipse, Kiwi. That's how busy it has been. Like I know it's happening, but I've not even looked into it. Yes, Nancy is saying that it will be oversized, and Kiwi's saying it's not machinable. But again, like if you're sending it with little package, it will go through. So I just think that there's ways to go around it, right? Or like I always say, give it in person. People will love in person cards. If you have the opportunity. Okay, guys. Well, we made it through. I'm very, very excited. Um, Tara, I have not sent the UFO card yet. I will send it probably tomorrow or Monday. I'm sorry about that, but during the day it's been busy, and I definitely, what it is true is whenever I have a the coloring group on Sunday, I definitely have to focus a little bit on that. And yeah, but I'm very excited for Sunday, guys. Just letting you know, very excited because we're going to practice a couple of really, really difficult things to do. Yes, Nikki is saying that the square envelopes are additional, and that is true. You are very welcome, Arlene. Thank you so much for being here. I am glad that you like the card. Thank you, Adrian. I'm glad that you like the card. It's a little bit simple, but I think that it shows very well the beauty of the paper, which is the I told you guys the first video, right? This paper is like, I don't want to do anything with it. I just want to see it, and that's it. And in the new catalog, there is a suite with that has the same feel to it. So if you've seen it, and I already forgot the name of the card of the suite. Let me see. I think I have the catalog here open. Maybe I don't have it. I do. It's a suite called. It's coming. I'm just making sure you're not seeing what I'm going through. There's a suite called Thoughtful Journey. Oh my God. The paper in that suite is just so beautiful. Okay. So two things. I saw somebody. I was sort of looking. Let me see. Julie, welcome, welcome. Good morning to you, Julie. Amanda is here also from Australia. So I am so glad that you're here. It's amazing to have people from all over the world. Thank you, Nikki. I appreciate that. And I want to say now, guys, we are moving into chatting. Because I was trying to keep the chatting to a minimum through the making the card, so those that just want to see the card can see the card and the explanation for the card, and I also make less mistakes if I'm actually paying attention. But Nancy, those seems to not be bad news. So oh, Amanda, yes, watch the replay. I hope you have a lovely weekend. And Nancy, you can tell us a bit more then on Sunday when we're chatting for our for the for the coloring club. You can tell us more about it. But if it's not bad, then I'm happy for you. I don't know, if somebody told me I'll be losing my job, I'd be like having a couple of heart attacks. That's a great idea, Tara. That's a really good option. I think so. That suite is just gorgeous, guys. I have no way to tell you how much I like that one. And let me move up here. Does not make sense that you guys keep talking to the hands. Oh my God. So Amanda's kind of saying my thought, the best for what comes next for to Nancy, and Tara and Kiwi are saying that they were being good tonight, and you are so funny. I do. So there's a couple of things, right? I love when you guys talking to each other and discuss whatever. That is very nice. I do get distracted and make mistakes. So I guess getting distracted is not the problem. The problem is making mistakes. And even like that, I do make mistakes, but I make a little bit less. And so I'm trying to like figure out, I don't know, you guys have seen many demonstrators that do that, right? That they will like look, work part of the card and then stop and look for questions or address comments and then keep working and then make another stop. So I'm trying to be more professional. So yeah, I am trying to do that just because I definitely, two things. I make more mistakes and I lose my train of thought, guys. I mention attention deficit disorder? I am. I like squirrel. It's totally me, right? Like if I see something, I lose my train of thought. I make more mistakes, and so I have to stay a little bit more focused on the card. So it's a better learning experience, I guess. Oh, Nancy, yes, thank you. We all make mistakes, yes. And Nancy, trust me, I am totally okay making the mistakes. And I think that is actually a worthy experience because then we figure out how to fix it, right? Which is part of the learning. I was watching, I think Sue's had to leave, but I was watching today one of my favorite colorists. I don't know how you say it. My favorite, actually, to be precise. And she was saying something along the lines of, well, if you, which I've said before, but if you make a mistake when you're coloring, if you didn't choose the right blend, if whatever, then guess what, you start again. It's paper, right? And so it's not a big deal, and I completely agree with that, don't get me wrong. I like keeping mistakes in here, which is why I prefer lives than edited videos, to be fully honest with you. I like making, I guess what I'm trying to say is I like making, videos where pre-recorded videos. That's the word I was looking for. I really, really like making pre-recorded videos. It's very simple, but I am such a perfectionist that I start like chopping and chopping and chopping, right? Just remind me of Kylie Bertucci. um, chop it. Was it what she says? Well, chop it, right? Like I start cutting and cutting and cutting and trying to, and so it takes hours for me to have a video done. While in here is just the hour and a half that we've been talking, right? So it definitely makes a whole lot more sense for me to do lives. Um, but I agree in leaving mistakes because we need to figure out how to fix those mistakes. And this is something very important that I always try to remind people, right? I did not start knowing everything and anything. I remember when I became a Stampin' Up! Demonstrator, you guys can totally laugh. Um, I got confused cutting just the card base for whatever reason. I can't even tell you why, but like I would cut the card bases wrong, right? Like a regular A2s, it would just be, I don't know what, I wasted a few pieces of cardstock, and some swore worse. Because it was so annoying. I'm like, what are you doing, Maria? So we all start from zero, right? Or maybe not from zero if you've been paper crafting, but we all start very low, and that's how I started. So I have had many people when they write comments that they are so kind, or like, that's impressive, that's very beautiful, I don't think I can. And I'm like, nah, you can. I cannot, like I've mentioned 100 times probably, I cannot leave without making my own little template, and all the template has the measurements, um, of the pieces I need to cut and where I score. And I think that you're totally right. Kiwi saying that I like being distracted by them. Yes, you guys are amazing. And I love you all very much, to be honest. But again, like it is true for me, anyways, that I believe in growing, and I believe you can do it, right? I believe that coloring is amazing, but you have to practice. I mean, it's not like you start doing, right? You know what I'm saying? Like, it's not like you start and boom, you made this like amazing coloring. If you've never hold an alcohol marker, I appreciate that, Kiwi. I'm gonna say this very honestly. I mean, there are geniuses out there, of course. Um, it is true. There's geniuses, right? The Mozarts of the world, or the Picassos and the Dalis of the world. They really just like sit down and I don't really know, but Chuchu did some coloring some stuff and got a masterpiece, right? Well, that is not most of us. So most of us have to analyze what we're doing, practice, find out ways to make it better, take classes if you want it. I have said this. And the people that are coming to my coloring class know this. I have mentioned this several times. I am taking my own classes. They're a little bit more expensive than mine, of course. She is a art major and I am a psychologist. So that just means you know what I'm saying, right? But she is amazing and I've learned so much from her. But besides that, I have watched videos, I have read books, online articles. So I'm just telling you guys, I just think that you definitely want to practice and throw yourself out there and learn something new that keeps our brain happy. And it's, um, I see it as a way to thank God for what we have with what we can do so many things with what we already have. I don't know. I'm just very happy today. Nikki is saying, how do we join your class? It is online. Yes, Nikki. So it is an online class. I send a link. We do it through Teams because it's a very easy platform. Google makes it very simple. And we meet every other Sunday at 12 p.m. Mountain Time. The class tends to be long. Those of you that have been here, it's being a little long. It costs $6 a month, so it's fairly cheap. And then you have 2 classes a month. Um, so it's a very cool class. We've learned some techniques. We've learned a little bit of color theory and all that other good stuff. But mostly we we learn how to translate all that knowledge that's in the internet to Stampin' Up blenders. And I think that that's what makes the class really cool. It is that we only use, well, and that's because I'm an independent Stampin' Up administrator, guys. And so, yes, it is true. I do focus on that. We had a very long conversation about especially in the first video about other coloring markers and other papers and all this stuff. um, but it is mainly done with Stampin' Up. Let me rephrase that. It's only done with Stampin' Up products now, because it's a private group. Then I have been able to oh, of course, I have been able to talk about other things and even recommending some color combinations with other alcohol blenders, because some of our participants have other alcohol blenders. Okay, I am just getting the link real quick for Nikki. Give me 1 second, guys. Maybe. Okay. So, Nikki, that is the link for the class. Um, and what we do, again, once you subscribe to it, then you have access to the Facebook group, where is the easiest way for me to communicate with everybody. We have been mainly. Oh, hi, Rosie, welcome. We have been mainly using retire stamps. That way I can give them to you if it's in a stamp that it's already, that is not retired. We, as a Stampin' Up demonstrator, I cannot, ooh, that's enough of face. I cannot print them or anything, right? Cannot reproduce them. So, but when they're retired, we have some more flexibility, so we're able to use retired ones. But that is something that I was going to bring into the coloring group on Sunday, some discussion about that. Hi, Rosie. Yes, I'm still live. Chatting away, chatting away. Just so you see, okay, I'm always off. This is the card we made. It's a bendy card, but it has like these little wings and a little book there on the side. And this is the back. Um, um, so Kiwi, I would say two things. We have been working mainly with blenders, but there is learning, like if you have the markers, I think you'll be able to reproduce some of what we've learned in the mark with the markers. Probably a little bit more difficult. um, I think that we are learning just general things for coloring that are not necessarily only limited to blenders, but we are working mainly with alcohol markers for now. I think that at some point we are definitely going to move to work with watercolors. Not that I'm an expert, again, no expert, but I have played with it and it's fun. It's a lot of fun. And so, yeah, just saying, I did saw an comment that Nancy had made about her first card, and I just want to read it. Give me 1 second. She said, "Oh, that is so sad, Miss Nancy. That is so sad." And Susie's saying something that it's true, and she's saying that should be card making or card or crafting in general should be fun. And when we mess up, why fret about it? I completely agree. It's card and it should be fun. It should not be stressful, and I completely agree. Um, it's about the learning process, and again, it's I just think nobody. Oh, thank you, Nikki. I'll send you an email here in a second. Um, you just need to. I feel it can be frustrating sometimes because maybe you're have less time or whatever, but it's about having fun and it's about learning. So, for example, for maybe okay, for Saturday, Sunday, just kidding, we are going to be playing with food. We're going to be coloring some food. And so, like, I just want to show you guys, this is how we play with our blenders and how we try to find the perfect blend for what we're going to be coloring. So, yes, that is so true. I agree with you, Miss Nancy. So this is part of what we're going to be doing. I'll send you everything here in a minute, Nikki. Okay, guys, I know it's an hour and a half. I'm sorry, I was just chatting, and that's why I'm leaving the chatting to the end, so I don't have to go back to the card and then mess up the card. But it's awesome always to just be here with you, and I really appreciate all your support. I have to do it again because I just really like that thing, guys. There it is. Like and subscribe, guys. Again, if you like the video, please give it a thumbs up and please share with your friends and in social media. That helps me a lot. Um, so thank you for being here. I hope you guys have a wonderful, wonderful rest of your Friday evening. And Tara is saying that we don't eat. Yes, we don't eat in there. That would be very, very messy, guys. But I do. I can't imagine the mess I would make. I I keep thinking about having a kind of a retreat, but it's in the process in my brain. Anyways, like I was saying, I hope you have a wonderful Friday evening. The rest of your weekend is restful, and for those that it's your off day, and I will see my coloring friends on Sunday, and then I will see you all on Tuesday for the regular card making video. Okay, so thank you again for being here. Sending lots of love to you all, and I hope. Hey, Carol, how are you? And I hope to see you next Tuesday. Bye. And of course, I say bye, and I am not ready. You guys, I swear to God, I'm a funny soul. I was like, yeah, I'm ready. Oh no, I'm not ready. Ha ha ha. Oh, thank you, Nikki. Um, I will send you another thing. I have to send you lots of things extra, so don't worry. uh, see you all. Bye. Now I think I'm finally ready. It's so fun.